Hello everybody, this is Lauren of Plan Mosh Plan. Welcome back to another Plan With Me. The Plan With Me this week is a little bit different in a couple ways. I've been talking about doing this for a really long time, but this is the first time that I've actually done it. So what you're looking at is a very summary spread, obviously, and it's actually two spreads. There you go, see it? There's two spreads that I'm combining into 1 week here. I had talked about doing this with some of my 2019 spreads because I was so busy in 2019, honestly, with my wedding and all of that there's months of my 2019 planner that I never actually properly filled out. So I wanted to backtrack and do some of those Plan With Me's during this time while I'm at home more than I normally am, and I wanted to kind of combine some of the spreads, so essentially you're seeing two spreads in the course of one video, so they're a little bit faster, but because they're a little bit further away, but they're still, I don't know, I just thought it was a good idea, I don't know why. So especially I don't know if I've said this yet, but this is the week of my honeymoon, the kind of second and third week of my honeymoon. And I thought that was a good time to post now, because Tay of Shantae Plans keeps asking me for it, so here you go, Tay. No, I'm kidding. But also because it is a summary. I went to tropical places on my honeymoon, so I use kind of tropical kits, and obviously summer is approaching right now, and I'm still behind on my 2020 Plan With Me, still planning in spring, so here's some summer Plan With Me content or tropical Plan With Me content for you. So yeah, this, again, for just a little bit more context of where you are in my life when I'm going to be talking about everything that's going on here, just because I find that helpful when I watch Plan With Me. So I pretty much took the entire month of October off to get married. If you're new, if you're not new, you've heard me talk about this a million times. And I have the Plan With Me up already for the week of my wedding. I took a week off before my wedding. That Plan With Me is up, and I'll link it down below. And then I planned the second week I took off, which was the first week of my honeymoon already. I'll also link that down below, the first kind of half of our honeymoon. And so that's all already exists. So we kind of took a couple days off after our wedding, and then we flew to Bora Bora, and we were in Bora Bora for a few days, and I already have those few days planned. And then this kit that you're seeing first, this first one, is gonna pick up there. So this kit is by Paper Blush Bar. It's amazing and beautiful, just like all of her kits. She just recently reopened, which is super exciting. I do PR for her. My code is Lauren15, and I am continuing to do PR for her with her new shop and everything. The PR codes aren't working right now, just as a FYI, so I'll keep you posted of when my code will start working again, when she lets me know that it's a technical issue. It's not like it's just a technical issue. So, but I think it's all the PR codes, not just mine. I don't even think there's a place to put in a code on the website. I think that's the issue. So, well, I don't know that. I shouldn't say that. That's my guess when I checked out. Anyways, I'll keep you updated of when that is going to, when that, updates, so that you can take a look at all of her new stuff. Her new kits are so pretty. And she has a bunch of other new fun stuff on there too that I need to explore a little bit more. I don't know, branding and stuff. It looks really cool. I've said this a million times, but her aesthetic is just what I wish mine was, for sure. Okay, so that's the first kit, and then the second kit that I'm using, that you got a peek of at the beginning too, is from Harriet Wright Designs, and it's just really tropical and pretty, and I love how that turned out as well. Again, I say this all the time, but pink and blue, light pink and light blue, are definitely my happy place, so that kit was really easy for me to plan with, and that kit's still currently available in her shop. Okay, I want to say that's everything that I wanted to talk about. No, it's not. I thought of something else. I was about to jump into the questions that I am still answering from February. I also wanted to just remind you that I am donating all of the revenue from, I'm monetizing my videos for the first time ever in June. And I'm donating all of the revenue from that to two different charities to support the Black Lives Matter movement. They're charities that my company has endorsed. So there's a diversity and inclusion department in my company, and also a community for Black employees in my company, and they've chosen a few charities. So out of those charities, I've picked the National Black Justice Coalition, which kind of is a charity that helps where like the intersection of Black and LGBTQIA plus meet. So some of it's going there, and then some of it is also going to the National Coalition of Black Civic Participation, hard to say, and that is a nonpartisan organization that helps young Black people with entrepreneurship, and mainly to get them involved with civic participation, so namely voting. And again, it's nonpartisan. So, all right, okay, I'm gonna move into the day by day now here. So Monday, we had a pretty lazy day. I feel like we did a lot of stuff the week before. Definitely go back and watch that Plan With Me if you're interested. Again, it'll be linked down below. But we were just kind of lazy. We had a pretty late start and just kind of slept in this day. So I marked that with a paper blush bar sticker, and then I'm using a lot of these Crafts by Towie like summer and vacation samplers to mark that we, after having a late start, late breakfast, we pretty much lounged all day on our patio. We were staying in one of those like over the water huts that you see. And we had like a patio with hammocks and lounge chairs and all of that, and it was so nice just over the ocean, and we just spent a lot of the day just like sunbathing and lounging around. Oh god, I missed that. I wish I was there right now. And then I just layered some flag deco from the kit, which is really cute actually. And then I marked that we just watched the sunset like in the ocean, which was really beautiful. And I used a paper blush bar sticker, camera sticker, layered over a sticker from the kit. And then for dinner that evening, we went to their like beach grill kind of, like restaurant at the resort, and had dinner there. And then the half box that I used is from my newest addiction. Tuesday was our last day, which was so sad. I literally cried. So I didn't want to leave. And I had such a great time, and I was so sad to leave. Literally on the boat, there's like a boat that takes you from the resort to the airport, and Steven looked over at me, he's like, "Are you crying?" And I was like, "No." But I totally was. Anyways, okay, so we woke up, I had coffee in bed, marked that with some more paper blush bar stickers, and then we like packed up and checked out. They give you like a transition room to stay in on your way out. And I marked that we also had lunch at the pool too this day. All of these are paper blush bar stickers. But really what we did that was so much fun this day was we did a snorkel trip, because our flight wasn't until the like early evening. So we did this snorkel trip that was so much fun. It was with like, there's 3 different stops. The first one, you can like snorkel with these like giant lemon sharks and reef sharks, which I know sounds freaky to most people. It doesn't bother me for whatever reason. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I'm a licensed scuba diver, and I've like dove with sharks before, and it doesn't really freak me out that much. But Steven, I can't say the same for him. He was a little freaked out, but it was so cool, and he was a really good sport about it. And then they also took us to this like manta ray, where it's like the kind of shallow like water, and there's all these rays, and you can pet them, and it was super fun. And then there was also they took us to this very cool reef where there was just like genuinely incredible snorkeling. So that was a super fun day. I really loved that. And then, like I said, we took a boat to the airport, and then we flew from from Bora Bora to Tahiti. And then we were on the island of Tahiti at that airport for a while, and then we took a red eye from Tahiti to Honolulu, and then we took a flight from Honolulu the next morning to Maui, which is where we were ending up next. And that was so stressful, that part. We had no time to transfer, and Steven didn't understand when he booked that we were going to have to go through customs in Honolulu and not Maui. And anyways, it was fine. We made it, but it was very stressful. We were sprinting, and Steven almost got in trouble with like security because he said we lost each other, and he was like, I'm not getting on that plane without my wife, but I was already on the plane. And they were like, sir, you can't block the plane. He was like, okay, sorry. Anyways, okay. So once we got to Hawaii, Maui, we met up. My aunt and uncle were actually there. I think I've mentioned this before, but my family, like all my dad's brothers and sisters, my mom's sister, my dad's cousins, like all together, they own a like place in Hawaii that we all vacation to. So my aunt and uncle were already there. Oh, sorry, this also all got cut out when I was filming, just this one day. So they were there. We spent the day with them, and then they got out of there that day and left us the room, which was really nice. So we had breakfast with them that morning, which was so nice, to just kind of like hang out with them and like be able to tell them everything incredible that happened. And then we had a happy hour down by the pool, checked into our room because we did stay like that night in a different room, and then we went over to their room in the evening and did like wine and appetizers and all of that. And then they took us out to dinner, which was super sweet. And Star Noodle is an incredible restaurant in Maui if you've ever been, so that was really fun. I don't know what happened to Thursday here. Okay, I'm going to talk fast. Thursday, I really just want to call out that we watched our wedding video that day. We got it for the first time. I'm obsessed with our wedding video. I literally probably watched it 12 times that day. I have that uploaded on my channel too if you want to see that. Should be obvious if you scroll through. And then we also went and had a sunset dinner at Pacifico, which is the restaurant that we got engaged at about a year and a half before. So all in all, a really great day. Okay, on to Friday. I just marked that I had a lazy morning. I painted my nails. That sticker is from Bloom Paper Studio. I marked that we just stayed at the pool all day and had Mai Tais with some Crafts by Towie stickers. And then I marked that we went and watched the sunset down on the lawn with some drinks, which was really nice, with a panda bird design scallop. The heart is the Nikki Plans and Rose Color Days sampler, and then I'm loving this divider, flourish, whatever, from Crafts by Towie. I think it's a really good one. And then I also marked that we just had wine and appetizers on our patio this evening. I think that there was, I don't know. Anyways, I was going to say something, but I can't remember. The wine glass was from Miss Just Plans, and the little sparkle was from Tasseled Planner. All right. So Saturday, we just had a beach day, marking it with stickers from the kit. That little washi tape thing is actually from Paper Blush Bar. She still has those up in her shop. And then I marked that we walked to Whalers Village. If you've ever been to Maui, we are over on that side of the island. Sometimes it's called the Strip. And Whalers Village is like a very cute little shopping center in the middle of a bunch of hotels. Our place is further away, but we can walk there. So we walked there, and we just did a ton of shopping, honestly. I went to Sephora, Haagen-Dazs, Honolulu Cookie Company, just like a bunch of stuff. We went to Vintage Island Coffee, which is why I used that Simply Watercolor co-sticker to mark that whole thing. So that was fun. Steven definitely like appeased me and shopped around with me all day, which was nice. And then underneath that, I'm marking that we watched the sunset in the ocean this night. Again, really beautiful. And we had gone to the grocery store earlier this week, I think on, I marked it on Thursday, but I wasn't able to talk about it. And Steven grilled tri-tip, and we just had a really nice dinner that night. I am going to I'll talk about it in a second. Okay, so on Sunday, I just marked that we had a very lazy kind of like pool day. This part of our vacation, I think because we go to Maui every year with my family and whatever, or most years with my family, just a lazier, more chill kind of like genuine do nothing, relax kind of vacation, whereas Bora Bora was a lot more like action packed, I'd say. But anyway, so I marked the pool day with some stickers from the kit, and the bikinis from Crafts by Towie. And then I marked that there was this really good like Anthro Perks kind of like anthropology sale, and I think I ended up buying a lot of stuff, or like I think I had Anthro gift cards or whatever. A lot of my stuff that I registered for my wedding was from Anthropology, so I was able to like get a bunch of stuff like via gift card. I can't even really remember, but because of the sale, I was kind of loaded up that day, which was nice. So that's a Wager Stationery sticker to mark the shopping bag, and then the bow is from the Giving Girl. And then I marked that we made Mai Tais this day up in our room and just did appetizers or whatever. We basically either made or had Mai Tais every single day. Just layered some stickers from the kit, and then that's a Planning World drink. And then we went out to dinner this evening, and again, I just marked that the same way with a half box from the kit, and the washi tape is from Paper Blush Bar, and then the silverware is from Crafts by Towie. So normally I would be ending the video right now, but we have a whole another plan with me that I'm about to get into. But I really like how this turned out. I think that the colors are really interesting for tropical spread. Like, I don't generally think of pink, blue, and red as tropical spread colors, but and then rose gold too, but I don't know, I just really like how it turned out. I think it's very, very cute. So okay, on to the next spread. Sorry if you can hear me flipping through my planner here. This is from Harriet Wright Design. Yeah, so I really like how this spread turned out too. It's really pretty. I've been holding on to this kit forever, wanting to use it. While I lay down, I was going to mention too, if you stick around till the end of the video, I am going to put just all of the like Snapchats and like some videos and pictures that I took while I was on my honeymoon at the end. If you're interested, they're fun and they're tropical and whatever, so I thought I'd just add them in case you're interested, but I'll put them at the end. And I thought that was kind of fun, so yeah. Just in case you're interested. Okay, so let me now, I think, while I lay down the base of this kit, I am gonna go ahead and let's see if I can find my Instagram questions. I'll try and answer a couple questions here. PR Helms _ asked me two questions. The first one, she said, is my favorite part of my job. That's a good question. I feel like I've answered it before, but I don't really know what I said, and I feel like that's because it's probably kind of an ever-changing thing. I really like the company I work for, and like genuinely they're just one of my favorite companies, and I just really align with the values, and like it's just everyone is like, it's mostly led by like women, and there's like just as many, or at least it feels like, LGBTQIA plus people there as there are like hetero or cis people there. Like, it just feels like it's just a really great place to work, and I just really feel like my values align a lot with the values of my company, which is really important. And then I also have mentioned before, I work in the beauty industry, and I thought that I wanted to be a makeup artist when I was growing up, but I actually really like having a corporate job but still being able to work in the beauty industry, and it feels like a really good balance for me personally. There's also like the fun stuff that come along with it, like the free products that I get, and my computer sounds like it's going to take off. Sorry if you can hear that. All the free products and like the fun events and stuff that I get to go to that I really like. So that's good. And then my job specifically as a project manager, like not related to beauty or anything, I just like being able to like work on a project and see it like take place from start to finish, and then have this like concrete thing that I finished, that I did. Like, I just really like that. It's very satisfying to work that way. So I think that kind of covers it, or at least parts of it off the top of my head. This question is also timely. I did not do this on purpose, but the other question that she asked is favorite part of your wedding and something you do differently. So I think everything was the favorite part of my wedding, but it's a lot easier to answer the something that you do differently question for me. I made the decision about my photographer really early because people were telling me, book people that you really want far in advance, because they're going to book up and you're not going to get your first pick. So if you feel really strongly about somebody, book them right away. And I kind of took that like way too far, and I booked my videographer like over a year in advance, or sorry, photographer over a year in advance. And I think in retrospect, I didn't really know what like the vibe or feel of my wedding was yet. I was barely like at the point of, I basically chose the venue and chose the photographer at the exact same time. So I just think that like I don't love my wedding photos, to be quite honest. So that is something I think if I were to do it again, I would have taken more time to kind of figure out, like, get more into the wedding world and figure out more what my vibe was and what I wanted. I just had my priorities all wrong kind of at the beginning of what was going to be important in a photographer, and I do kind of regret that. Because I don't really like my wedding photos. But the good news is I absolutely loved my videographer and I love the video from my wedding, so I have those memories kind of preserved in that way. Again, I'm going to link my wedding video down below. I don't know if I said that, but I will. It's up on my channel if you're interested. So that I do really like. And then as far as the favorite part of my wedding, I don't know. I think that there's this kind of like magical part that, and someone has said this to me before, and it rings very true for me. There's really no other time in your life where you have every single person, well, I mean, aside from a couple people that, like, you know, my cousin who lives in South Korea or something who can't come, but almost every single person in your entire life who you and your partner love all together at the same time is just this kind of crazy thing, like, that's never happened before in my life, and it'll probably never happen again, you know? And it's really touching, and it's wonderful for like everybody all to be there. And then, you know, I just like love Steven so much, so mushy, whatever. And I feel like we're not super, like, I don't know, like, we're not like posting about, you know, like kissy pictures on Instagram every day or whatever. And it's just kind of a beautiful thing to be like, we worked for this relationship for like 13 years and now we're getting married and celebrating it with everybody. And like, to celebrate something that we work so hard for with everybody that we love all in the same place is just like, it's so meaningful to me. And that was probably my favorite part of the whole thing. She probably wanted to answer like my bouquet or something, or like, we had really good wine at my wedding. I don't know, whatever. All that too. Okay, all right. I'm going to get now into the day by day of the last week of my honeymoon. So I just marked that this is my 4th week of PTO. Oh my goodness, do I miss that? And I used a third box from the kit. Thank God for Harriet Wright Designs and her third boxes and her kits. They're incredible. And then some deco from the kit. I marked that we had a very lazy morning with a coffee cup from White Deer Stationery and a bow from Harriet Wright Designs. And then I marked that I had a pedicure appointment. I went and got my toes done. Also, God, I miss pedicure appointments too. Which is so funny. Like, I got my toes done before my wedding and I literally couldn't even wait till I came back to get another pedicure. The nail polish sticker is from GP Sticker Studio and the heart is from Sticky Sloth Designs. I have coupon codes for them down below too. This day we drove around the island, literally like I think over an hour, to get to the other side of the island to go to Mama's Fish House for lunch. We had both heard about it a million times. Everybody talks about it, and we both had never been, and it's kind of like old school, but the food is so good, and it was so worth it because it was such good food. And we kind of hung out at the beach there for a while, and then of course we came back to our beach, and we had wine on the beach and watched the sunset like we did every night, and we hot tubbed. Okay, on to Tuesday. I marked that I went to the pool really early this day. I don't know why. Probably just, I don't know why. Can't remember. I marked some homemade Mai Tais that we made this day. Again, I had a Mai Tai, probably more than one Mai Tai every day, whether I made it or whether I bought it. I love Mai Tais. I love rum in drinks. I don't know what that's about. And really tropical drinks too. Okay, and then this day I also marked that I placed a Sephora order. I also went shopping. I don't know why, but I think because there's a Sephora nearby at this place in Maui, I was just like really feeling it because I bought stuff on Thursday from Sephora, and then I think they didn't have everything I wanted, so, and I also was very like acutely aware that my suitcase was going to be too heavy on the way back, so I also placed an order. And then we went out to dinner again in Whalers Village, so I marked that with a Simply Watercolor Co. Little box and a drink from Crafts by Towie. Our friend had got us a gift certificate for this place because she knew that we were going. She lives in Hawaii, and she knew that we were going here for our honeymoon, so we went out to dinner with that, which was really nice. And that's again over in Whalers Village, so we went shopping afterwards and like got gelato and stuff, so I layered ice cream sticker from Crafts by Towie. The bag is from, again, White Deer Stationery. The heart's from Tasseled Planner, who's no longer open, and the swoosh is from Panda Bird Design, who, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this yet, so sorry Jess if I'm not, but I do have a coupon code coming for her, which is really exciting. So that'll be down below as soon as I'm allowed to put that up. But yeah, so anyways, that was a little long-winded, but I went to Sephora again. I went shopping at Sephora and placed a Sephora order the same day, within 3 days of going to Sephora before. Anyways, okay, so moving on to Wednesday. I had a spa day. That was so nice. It was so good. So when we were in Bora Bora, Steven and I did like a spa evening basically, or like late afternoon into evening. We did like a couple spa thing, and he likes massages, but I like love massages, and this day I was like, I love you, and you're welcome to join me, but like I'm spending this day at the spa. And I did, and it was so nice. So I just woke up in the morning, I literally just had a coffee, and then I headed straight to the spa right after that. And yeah, Steven was like, nope, you're good, like go ahead, go, doesn't matter, we're on our honeymoon, go be by yourself for the day, that's totally fine. So I just marked that with a bowstring box from the Giving Girl, and then some deco from the kit, and then the foil that I put over the deco is also from the Giving Girl. So I had an island body rescue massage, whatever, it's really just a deep tissue massage in a hut. It was at the Spa Montage, which I have been going there for years whenever I go to Hawaii to do like workout classes, because they have an incredible gym with the most incredible like views in the studio that I've ever seen. But this is the first time, and it's like in their spa, but this is the first time I actually like ever went to the spa for a massage. So this has been like years in the making of me being like, I'm gonna do that someday, and my honeymoon was like that someday. So anyways, I did the massage in the morning, and I like booked myself a nice long one that I normally would never book for myself, but again, my honeymoon, so I was gonna do it. And I just spent the day like at the pool. I ordered lunch, and I like, it was just all in their saunas and the lotions and the whole thing. It was so relaxing and so great. I wish I could do that right now. And then that evening we went and did happy hour at Fleetwood's on Front Street, which is in Lahaina, if you've ever been to Maui again. It's Fleetwood Mac's restaurant, and it's really cool. Like it was super good. Like genuinely very good food, and the happy hour was like really inexpensive and like awesome food. Like we couldn't even eat it all, not even close. So that was really fun. Yeah, if you want to know about any of these stickers, you're just gonna have to ask me down below, I think. Okay, so moving on to Thursday. Thursday was actually like our last full day there. So sad. So I marked that with some palm trees, and then we went and had brunch at, it's called the Sunrise Cafe in Lahaina, and it's this when I say hole in the wall brunch place that my family always goes to, like literally there is a tree growing in the middle of it, and they just built this like shoddy patio around it. Like there's literally holes in the, like there aren't even really walls, like and not in like a like blogger Instagrammy way, like it's like, I don't know, it's just like a little gem that my family and I like to go to. So we went there, and then we walked around downtown Lahaina for a while. I got a Dole Whip. We went to the banyan tree, which if you do watch my wedding video and you hear my vows about the like trees of us growing into one tree, I actually was very inspired by that banyan tree, which I've been going to since I was a very little kid, like probably 2 years old, when I was writing my vows, because of the way banyan trees like drop their roots and then grow together, and they look like separate trees, but they're actually just one tree. So fun fact, in case you do watch my wedding video. yeah, and then I just marked that we had a pool day. I bought a Snickers ice cream bar this day, and I just really was pleased with myself about that. It's like the main thing I remember. And then I also marked that we again headed down to the beach to watch the sunset, and we brought a bottle of champagne, and popped a bottle of champagne just to kind of celebrate our last night of our honeymoon together, down at the beach. Okay, so moving on to Friday, I marked that I packed. That sticker is from White Deer Stationery, so is the one that I just put down to mark a Starbucks run for once we got to the airport. I don't know if you guys are like this, but I literally, like, I always have this internal struggle about whether or not to drink coffee before I fly, because I drink coffee every day. It's the first thing I do in the morning. I literally cannot function. I get up and I go make coffee. Like, I don't do anything else until I have coffee, but I always struggle with it when I fly, because normally when I fly, I just want to like knock out and sleep. And I'm like, do I want to drink coffee before that? I don't know. Anyone else have that struggle? Just me, probably. Okay, so then obviously flew home, and because of the time difference, it's like we didn't get home until late in the evening, even though we left in the morning. And so we just had we just got Postmates for halal guys that night when we got home. And then I also marked that we picked up a lot of our mail, again, because of registering or whatever, the wedding. There was a lot of stuff waiting for us. And then I also put down just some washi at the bottom, and that little bow divider thing over top is also from Panda Bird Design. Okay, next I am putting down the weekend banner. I love Harriet Wright Designs weekend banners, and I use them in like all of her kits because they're so good. Normally I don't care about weekend banners and I don't use them because I'm just really not interested. It doesn't matter to me, but her weekend banners are so good that I always use them. So I'm just layering some deco down over, behind the weekend banner, and then adding some more Giving Girl kind of sparkles over top the deco. I also really like that she included the deco sheet in this kit. I don't think I mentioned it, but I got the full kit, the Hobonichi kit, the mini kit combined. Again, I love when shops do that because I love having all the options, and I really like having all the deco. I used it a lot this week, and it was really nice. Especially, I don't know what it is, but when there's like summery tropical kits and I'm using them for like vacation where I'm doing summery tropical things, I really like to use the deco from the kits instead of pulling another deco. I don't know why. Okay, so Saturday, we went to the venue, actually, the winery where we had our wedding, which is funny. Like, literally, that's the first thing we did when we came back from our honeymoon. But we had to pick up our wine. We're wine members there, and they also offer there was a fall tasting menu with you can get small bites that are paired with the wine. So we did a tasting. That was very fun. So I used a Giving Girl box to mark that, and then again the wine glasses that I always use are from Miss Just Plans, and then that is my favorite Panda Bird Design divider / flourish. I think it's so beautiful, and layered that kind of all together there. And then we also have this tradition, Stephen and I, where every year we go to the pumpkin patch together, which is right over by where we got married, and then we go to the winery right after or before, doesn't matter, but we just do those two things before Halloween. We go to the pumpkin patch together, and then we go wine tasting. And I think that started years ago because we went to the pumpkin patch, and then there was so many little kids, and we were like, oh my god, let's just go wine tasting, there's too many little kids. And now it's just a tradition, a thing we do. I also marked that we watched Seth Rogen on Netflix, The Breakfast, Lunch, and Dinner, I think is what it's called, something like that, BLD, I'm not sure. It's really good though. He's in Canada and going to restaurants and stuff. It was maybe he was on the episode of BLD. Anyways, I don't remember, but I remember really liking it. And then we also went and did dinner at our parents' house. I think we wanted to see them, they wanted to see us, and just kind of talk about our honeymoon and catch up and all that. So yeah. Okay, I marked that on Sunday I think we also picked up a ton of I had a lot of our registry gifts sent to my parents' house, so we also picked up a lot of those, I think. And then on Sunday we started sorting through all of them kind of figuring all of that out. And so I marked that with a gift from Simply Watercolor Co. And this was just a kind of get your day together or get your life together kind of day. We went grocery shopping, and I also marked picking up sandwiches. I don't think I put that in this planner, but anyways, we went grocery shopping and we meal prepped, and just like, it was basically just like, okay, we've been gone for 4 weeks now and we both start work tomorrow. So it was organizing our house. Well, our house is already pretty organized actually from being gone, but organizing the gifts, grocery shopping, meal prepping, doing that whole thing, just to kind of get prepped for our starting work back up again. And then I really didn't have too much else to mark here, so I just put some deco from the kit and layered it over the scallops. All right, that's everything from the spread. This was truly like couple of the best weeks of my entire life, and I will always cherish these memories. So if you got this far, thank you so much for watching. Definitely give me feedback on if you like these 2 videos combined in one. And I'm gonna just insert some videos and clips from the trip if you're interested and want to see. But other than that, that's all for me. Thanks everybody. Bye.